Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you a brief overview and review of Surrealist Dinner Party. So this is a set collection game with in-game bonuses where you are trying to please your dinner guests who have very particular taste of what they like. And each player, we have them laid out. This is not how it looks when you're playing the game, but each player gets 6 dinner guests. That's all you get for the entire game. You're going to keep them hidden in your hand. I just have them up so you guys can see the cards. But you'll be picking one at a time. Your turn consists of either you can play a guest, you can give a compliment or start drama. That's these yellow and black tokens, and those are the ones that are more of the take that aspect of this game, because when you compliment, you could place it on your own card and you place it on your neighbor guest card. Same with the drama, you would put it on your neighbor's card, I believe, and your card, I think. Other than that, you're basically trying to serve a guest, and it's limited to what's on the platter based on the menu, and that's determined by how many players. We played a 2-player game, so the first course is 3 cocktails, second course is 4 hors d'oeuvres, so you would just put 4 of those on there, and so forth. So you kind of know what's coming up on the platter. You do know what's coming up, so that will help to know which guest you want to play. You can send them home at any time. Basically, if you get all of them covered, you get 2 bonus tokens in your stash, and the way you win this game is whoever has the most tokens in their stash wins. But any that aren't matching ones, you would just turn them upside down, so you know you didn't match them. But if you match them, you get to put it right side up on your card, and you could keep these till the end of the game or till you have them almost full. It's up to you. But you are trying to match what they want on their card. And if you match them and send them home, the ones you match, you put in your stash, the rest you put back in the kitchen. Some of them they all have abilities. You can choose to use those or not based on your level of gaming. So like this one, Breton takes a wine or food token from a neighbor. So that's a little bit of take that as well. There is a little bit of take that in this game, but not a ton, I guess. Then there's the faux pas cards. You can choose to use those or not. These are a more advanced level of this game. You deal out 2. You can choose 1 or 2 to keep. When you meet the requirements on the card, you can claim those and get the amount of tokens that it says. For instance, granted to the player with the most wine tokens in their stash at the end of the game. So if you meet that requirement, you'll get 4 tokens. And it tells you when you can claim those cards. So basically, your turn consists of play a guest, or you can give a compliment or start drama. You can serve a guest from the platter, or you can use your plate abilities. You can only use, which is the abilities on the card. You can only use those once per round, I think.
Yeah,
once per round. So you can't, once per course is the best way to say it. So if I use this now, I wouldn't be able to use it until we filled the tray up with the next course. I used the abilities a little bit, but not tremendously.
I use mine pretty often.
There was one I had that I was using a lot, but most of them didn't really, I wasn't able to use them. Because for instance, when you could take tokens or the tokens weren't there to take. So it does look like a lot of them allow you to take things from your neighbors, but you got to remember a lot of times those tokens aren't available to take. So.
Or they're not beneficial for you to finish yours.
Exactly.
That's where I was at.
Yeah. So, that's it. It's a very simple game. It plays very fast. But you're just trying to get the most tokens in your stash with the 6 dinner guests that you start the game with. You don't get any more. That's all you get. And this is basically the player aid and the menu. And then there's also like a player aid inside of the book. So what did you think of this game?
Component-wise, I really like the components, the little wooden pieces, also the plate. Love the art. Of course, I love art, so they have even Salvador Dali. So really cool illustration, components, and everything. Very impressed with the way they created some of the images. And so I don't know if they're the original from the actual artist or not, or if they're just just redone. But really enjoyed it. So for the mechanics, I would say the mechanics kind of limited. It does have take that, but you can only do it once per course, or for the most part, the player card abilities. And as far as getting all the like the cocktails, appetizer, and everything, and fill up your whole roll, that's quite hard, almost impossible, because your player sees what you're doing, and they could give you a drama or compliment, and then just mess up your whole thing. So it's almost impossible to finish the whole thing. But mechanic-wise, I think it needs a little bit more added, or more things you could do. As far as replayability, I think it has some good replayability, but as far as compared to other games in this series that we enjoyed, I think that this is one that's very limited, because there's not much to do. I think that there needs to be more implemented. So overall total, I'm giving this a 4.5. I think that this is a good base, but I think that there needs to be more implemented into it. I think that the illustrations, the components, and everything look really cool. But I think the mechanics is lacking, and it just doesn't bring you back to the table. So for me, I just think a 4.5. It's compared to every other game we played, and especially in this time frame, I think this one, it's kind of lacking.
So I agree. The art is beautiful. I love surrealist art. That's one of my favorite types of art. Salvador Dali is one of my favorite artists. But it wasn't exciting. I was kind of bored. I was ready for it to end. Other than the artwork, it just didn't hold my attention. It was just, I don't know, there wasn't enough there for us. I mean, You're just taking tokens, putting them, there just wasn't enough there. And it is very limiting, which hors d'oeuvres or dishes are coming out. So it was very difficult to complete your card. And I don't know, I won, and I just wasn't even really excited about winning. That's I was more happy that it was over. I know that's bad to say, but I would give this a 4. This is not one we would probably play again. And I'm sure there's tons of people that think this game is fun, and everyone has different tastes. But for us, with our gaming style, this just isn't our type of game. But it is a beautiful game. It has great components. I could tell they put a lot of thought into the components of this game. It just needs, like Anthony said, something with the mechanics needs to be, I don't know, it needs something more in the mechanics. But still, it's a beautiful game. And again, you may enjoy this game. Hopefully our overview would help you decide whether this is a game you want in your collection. If you like this video, please give it a like. Feel free to leave any comments or questions. We hope you're already subscribed. If not, please subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate you watching. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you next time.